Something subtle but unstoppable is moving. You can't see it with your eyes, you can't track it on a calendar, but your body knows. Your dreams know. Your soul already feels it pressing against the walls of your old life. A shift is underway. Not loud, not chaotic, but precise, relentless, and it's closer than you think. You might have sensed it in the sudden restlessness, in the heaviness that doesn't match your circumstances, in the quiet ache for something you can't yet name. It's not random. It's the call before the crossing. Because soon, the atmosphere around you will change. The energy you move through will thicken, shimmer, twist. And those who have been sleeping, those who have been numbing, denying, distracting, they will struggle. But you have a choice. You can meet this wave awake, conscious, rooted in the truth you can feel but can no longer explain. You can choose to walk forward without waiting for external validation, because the signs are already here. Friction where there used to be flow, longing where there used to be complacency, visions of a life that no longer fits within the shape of the old world. You're not imagining it, you're witnessing it. The thinning, pulling apart, the great invitation to align with a reality built on soul, not survival. And you won't be given endless time to decide. The window is opening, the current is gathering. The real question now is, will you move with it, or will you be pulled under by what refuses to change? There are forces at work that don't make headlines, forces that don't demand attention, but reshape reality nonetheless. Above you, around you, and within you, the fabric of energy is shifting. Celestial alignments, unseen by the casual observer, are moving into place. Ancient rhythms, older than human memory, are beginning to hum again. And when they do, they don't just alter the sky, they alter you. Right now, the old energetic grids are unraveling. Grids built on survival, scarcity, obedience. Grids designed to keep consciousness contained, predictable, small. And in their place, a new structure is being seeded, one that responds not to fear, but to frequency. One that no longer supports who you pretended to be, only who you really are underneath the noise. This isn't just a spiritual idea, it's a physics of being. As the energies converge, your body will feel the dissonance first. Cycles breaking without clear reasons, fatigue rising even after rest, emotional flashes erupting without triggers, longing for something you can't define. These aren't glitches, they're realignments. Think of it like the Earth recalibrating its magnetic field. Everything affected, birds, oceans, winds, shifts slightly, subtly, inevitably. You are no different. Your inner compass, the pull toward truth, toward freedom, toward higher resonance, is being magnetized anew. And here's the deeper layer. It's not just about you. As you shift, so does the collective field. Every choice you make to align more honestly ripples outward, strengthening the current. And the cosmic patterns that triggered this aren't accidental. They're reminders, memory codes, buried seeds stirring awake inside you. You were born for this transition. You chose to be here. Now, precisely because you carry a piece of the map forward, not a map written in books. A map written in your instincts, your intuition, your irrepressible longing for something more. And that more isn't waiting in the future, it's vibrating into existence now. All around you, the veils are thinning, not just between dimensions, but between thought and creation, between intention and manifestation. Reality is becoming more fluid, more responsive, more alive. But fluidity requires flow. It doesn't accommodate clinging, it doesn't reward hesitation. The cosmos is already moving into its next song. Question is, will you still be trying to dance to the old one? This isn't a warning rooted in fear. It's a reminder rooted in truth. Because life isn't punishing you by asking you to change. It's offering you a portal to evolve. And every moment you hesitate, the portal narrows a little more. The opportunity is here. It always was. The difference now? It's active. It's loud, but only if you're quiet enough inside to hear it. And soon, what was once a faint whisper will become an undeniable pull. Not everyone will understand what's happening. Not everyone will feel ready. But readiness was never the point. Alignment was. You say you're ready for change. You say you're waiting for the right time. You say you're looking for a sign. But what if the truth is, you've already been given everything you need? And what if the only thing standing between who you are and who you were born to become is the part of you still afraid to let go? Where are you still pretending? Where in your life are you clinging to half versions of yourself just to avoid the discomfort of stepping into your full power? Because make no mistake, this energy, this unseen but undeniable wave, isn't coming to upgrade the mask you wear. It's coming to strip it away. It's coming to reveal the places where you've settled, the dreams you've abandoned, the truths you've muted just to keep the peace. And it's asking you, no, it's demanding you to choose. Not later, not after one more sign. Now. Because whether you acknowledge it or not, you've already outgrown parts of your life. You feel it in your body, the tightness in your chest, the heavy sighs you can't explain, the restless yearning for something more real, more alive. You feel it in your mind, the way old ambitions taste stale, the way old identities feel too small, the way old stories no longer fit. You feel it in your soul, the quiet but insistent voice whispering, "This isn't it. There's more. There's so much more." But to reach it, you have to let go. You have to release the relationships that ask you to be less than you are. You have to step away from the routines that dull your spirit. You have to stop bargaining with fear. And that's not easy. That's why so many turn back at this threshold. Because becoming who you're meant to be requires the death of who you were comfortable being. It requires grief. It requires courage. It requires trust in a future you can't fully see yet. And most of all, it requires faith in yourself. Faith that the ache you feel is not a sign you're failing. It's a sign you're being called forward. Faith that the discomfort isn't punishment. It's preparation. Faith that the letting go isn't abandonment. It's alignment. Right now, life is giving you a choice disguised as discomfort. It's offering you an exit from the loops that have kept you running in circles. It's holding open a door to the version of you that remembers why you came here in the first place. But the door won't stay open forever. The energy building now, this silent, accelerating wave, is not patient. It doesn't linger. It moves. And if you stay frozen, waiting for certainty, you won't just miss the opportunity. You'll feel the fracture, the ache of misalignment, the dull, chronic grief of a life half-lived. So ask yourself, what am I still clinging to out of fear, not truth? Where am I shrinking to stay accepted, rather than expanding to stay alive? What have I known deep down is over, but been too afraid to say out loud? And then, ask the real question. Am I willing to walk away from what's familiar to meet what's destined? Because the old life, the old patterns, the old roles, they won't follow you into the new frequency. They can't. They were never built for the light you're stepping into. And you know it. You've always known it. This is your moment. Not to be perfect, not to be fearless, but to be honest. Brutally, beautifully honest. Because honesty with yourself is the only real currency of transformation. Everything else, the stories, the strategies, the plans, they'll collapse under the weight of the truth you're carrying. You can't negotiate with evolution. You can only answer it. The pull you feel, it's real. The discomfort you feel, it's necessary. The choice you face, it's sacred. This is your threshold. Will you cross it? Or will you turn back and call it timing? There's a reason you feel the pressure tightening, the ache growing louder, the old comforts growing brittle in your hands. It's because the timeline you're standing on is splitting. And the choice is no longer theoretical. It's not someday. It's not when you're ready. It's now. The energies moving through this reality don't negotiate. They don't ask if you're comfortable. They don't wait for you to be fearless. They move. And if you're awake, they offer you a seat at the table of your own becoming. If you're not, they leave you behind, still circling the same cycles you swore you'd outgrow. This isn't a punishment. It's physics. You cannot stay the same when the foundation beneath you is evolving. You either move with it, or you fracture under the weight of resistance. And right now, whether you realize it or not, your soul is already deciding. Every time you listen to the ache inside you instead of numbing it, you move toward expansion. Every time you choose honesty over comfort, you align more deeply with your higher path. Every time you say no to what drains you, even if your voice shakes, you step closer to your becoming. But every time you delay, every time you tell yourself later, every time you silence the knowing inside you, you build walls against your own freedom. And soon, those walls will either protect your old life or trap you inside it. You don't have time to hesitate anymore. This energy is surging, and it's calling out to the parts of you that were never meant to stay caged, the parts of you that dream bigger, that feel deeper, that remember why you came here before the world taught you how to forget. You know exactly what's being asked of you. You've known for a long time. It's the job you keep rationalizing, but that kills your spirit. It's the relationship that fits your history, but not your future. It's the habits, the beliefs, the fears that have anchored you to a self you've long since outgrown. And no one is coming to give you permission to let them go. No one is coming to save you from the gravity of your own hesitation. It's you. Only you. And here's the truth. You're not waiting for a sign. You're waiting for the courage to act on the signs you've already received. Courage doesn't mean you aren't scared. It means you move despite it. It means you take the leap with trembling hands and a heart still learning how to trust. It means you let go of the life you've outlived, even if you don't know what's waiting on the other side, because you trust that who you are becoming is worth whatever it costs to get there. You were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to live half-truths. You were never meant to survive your life. You were meant to live it fully, fiercely, unapologetically. And that life, it's waiting for you on the other side of the choices you've been avoiding. So ask yourself, what have I been pretending not to know? Where have I been shrinking to stay safe? What am I willing to sacrifice for my highest freedom? Because every delay now has a price. Not a punishment, but a cost. A cost measured in unrealized potential, in unlived dreams, in the quiet heartbreak of knowing you could have answered the call, but didn't. You're standing at the threshold. This is the moment, not when the fear is gone, not when the timing feels perfect. Now. Choose. Choose yourself. Choose your expansion. Choose the future whispering to you through every shiver of your soul, or choose to stay. Choose the old loops, the old masks, the old fears. But know this, whatever you choose, life will respond. Because this energy doesn't negotiate, it reflects. And right now, it's reflecting back exactly who you believe yourself to be. Awakening isn't something that just happens in a flash of inspiration. It's something you anchor, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. Especially now, when the energies moving through your field are volatile, alive, demanding. If you want to thrive through this shift instead of being overwhelmed by it, you must meet the energy halfway. How? Not through grand gestures, not through dramatic changes, but through daily, deliberate choices that align your inner world with the new frequency unfolding around you. Here's where you begin. 1. Start your day with a silent check-in. Before the noise of the world floods in, before you open your phone, your inbox, your mind to everyone else's urgency, pause. Sit in stillness for at least 3 to 5 minutes. No music, no affirmations, no expectations, just you and your breath. And ask, where is my energy today? What part of me needs the most support right now? Listen without judgment. Your system will tell you. Your body knows before your mind catches up. Honor what it says. 2. Create energy through motion, not force. When the atmosphere around you is shifting, your body becomes a vessel for integration. It's crucial to move, but not in the frantic, punishing way you've been taught. Move to open, move to harmonize. Try this. Gentle full body stretches while breathing deeply. Slow, deliberate walking with full attention on the soles of your feet. Shaking out tension, hands, shoulders, hips, like you're releasing old frequencies. This isn't about fitness. It's about frequency. You're moving stuck energy, not chasing results. 3. Clear your field intentionally. Energy hygiene. The heavier the collective energy gets, the more sensitive you become to emotional and mental debris that isn't yours. Practice energetic clearing every evening. Stand or sit comfortably. Visualize a soft, shimmering light sweeping from the crown of your head down to your feet. As it moves, intend, I release all that is not mine. I call back all parts of my energy cleansed and whole. End by imagining a radiant golden shield forming around you. It's not about paranoia. It's about sovereignty. 4. Choose your inputs like your life depends on it, because it does. Right now, everything you absorb, news, conversations, entertainment, programs your vibration. So choose carefully. Limit mindless scrolling. Avoid fear-based media. Consume content that feeds your spirit, not your anxiety. And when in doubt, choose silence. Your intuition speaks louder there. 5. Anchor yourself with one small act of integrity daily. In times of massive energetic movement, it's easy to feel lost. Anchor yourself through action, but not random action. Aligned action. Every day, ask, what one thing can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Then do it, no matter how small. A boundary spoken, a truth admitted, a step taken toward a dream you've been too scared to name. Each small act becomes a building block for your next reality. 6. Trust the friction. Finally, remember this. Discomfort isn't always a sign you're doing something wrong. Often, it's a sign you're finally stepping into unknown territory. When the old patterns resist, when fear spikes, when exhaustion whispers, recognize it. It's the threshold, the gateway, the final test before the old timeline collapses completely. Trust it. Walk through it. Don't turn back just because it's harder than you expected. That's where most people quit. That's where the new world slips just out of reach. You're not most people. You didn't come this far to turn back. You're wired for this. You're ready for this. You were made for this very moment. Every small act of alignment, every quiet decision to stay awake sends a ripple through the unseen layers of reality. You are not just navigating change, you are becoming change. And every time you choose truth over fear, you pull a little more of the new world into form. Keep going. The shift isn't just happening around you, it's happening through you. You didn't find this message by accident. You were guided here, pulled by a force larger than words, drawn by the same pulse that has been whispering to your spirit for weeks. Maybe even for lifetimes, because you are part of something bigger, something ancient, something awakening. Right now, across this planet, others are waking up too, feeling the same strange pull, hearing the same silent call, recognizing that the life they built from fear, survival, and compromise was never the real destination. And the shift we're living through now, it's not a collapse, it's a birth. The old systems, the outdated timelines, the false structures, they are cracking not because you are failing, but because you are succeeding. Because consciousness is rising. Because souls like yours are choosing to remember. Remember what? That you are powerful beyond measure. That you are more than your fears, your mistakes, your stories. That you carry codes of freedom, healing, and creation written into your very being. And right now, those codes are activating. Every choice you make in alignment with your soul's truth sends a frequency into the collective field. It strengthens the current. It amplifies the signal. It speeds the awakening of others. You're not doing this alone. You were never meant to. There's a network forming, not of wires and satellites, but of hearts, of energies, of awakened beings scattered across the earth who are choosing love over fear, freedom over control, truth over illusion. You are part of that network now, and your presence matters. Even if you feel small sometimes, even if you doubt your own light, even if the path ahead still looks hazy, you are making a difference just by choosing to stay awake. And now, it's time to ground that choice. If you're feeling the shift, if you know deep inside that you're ready to align more fully with the life that's been calling you, then mark this moment. Declare it. Not for me, not for validation, but for you. Write it into existence. Drop a comment below and say, I choose my highest path. Or simply, I'm ready. Because when you speak your truth, you send out a signal, a ripple, and every ripple matters now. The window for transformation is open. The currents are moving fast. And soon, those who answered the call will be living in a very different reality than those who clung to the old one. You have a choice. You've always had a choice. Now you have the clarity to make it. Step forward. Speak your yes. Live your truth. Anchor your light. The path ahead may not always be easy, but it will be real. It will be yours, and it will be worth every brave step you take. We are building the new world together, and it begins right here, right now. Welcome to the shift. We've been waiting for you.